Greetings and welcome back to 50 Shades of Beige. Well, it's been a crazy month with the release of the Oblivion Remaster, Expedition 33, and Doom Dark Ages. And although we've had a chance to do some testing on our Saturday night live streams, I haven't been able to post any long-form content due to the untimely death of my editing rig.
We commit your final mortal remains to the bosom of the Pacific Ocean, which you love so well. Good night, sweet prince.
I noticed that most new games are requiring GPUs with at least 8 gigs of VRAM, and it got me wondering, how are my 6 gig homies doing in 2025? We're going to answer that question today with the Asus Dual GeForce RTX 3050 6GB. It can be had on the secondary market for about $175, though if I'm being honest, I really don't recommend it for anything more than $100. So just a quick refresher in case any of you forgot, the RTX 3050 6GB is a cut down version of the 3050 8GB. This is the GA107 die, which also covers a lot of NVIDIA's laptop and low power sort of end of things there, sort of the budget and laptop segments. We've got 2,304 shaders, 72 TMUs, and 32 ROPs with that tiny 6 gig memory size and itty bitty 96-bit bus width. For today's video, I put together an all-white fish tank build with budget parts. We have a Ryzen 5 5600 with 16 gigs of DDR4 3600, featuring a 1TB Silicon Power NVMe SSD on the ASRock B550M Pro SE motherboard. We're going to go ahead and kick everything off with Oblivion Remastered. We'll start out at 1080p with all the settings on low, and we're going to change the DLSS setting to quality mode. Let's go ahead and see how we do here. And right off the bat, we're actually doing better than I thought we would, in that 45 to 50 FPS range. Every once in a while I hit 60, but we are still seeing some frame stutters from time to time. Some spikes here or there. That's mostly when textures are loading in. As you can tell, the frame rendering distance is not very far. We'll go ahead and hop on the horse here really quick and see how we do there. And yeah, it's still okay. Like I said, a lot of pop-in and some definite frame time variations. That's to be expected when we're maxing out a 6 GB card. I don't know that there's a whole lot we can do about it, but we'll give it a shot. We're going to go ahead and push our DLSS mode down to performance, and I'm also going to add some DLSS sharpness here. Let's see how it looks. Wow, there's definitely a lot more pop-in. Frames are not that much higher. We are spending, whoa, there's some spikeage right there. Once again, probably just from loading in textures, but nonetheless, still not ideal. And we are seeing some better frame times here. We're kind of hanging in that 60 FPS range from time to time, not too shady. Oh, it did it again. Yeah, it seems like anytime some loading needs to happen, the RTX 3050 6GB just can't handle it. I don't know whether I'd call this playable or not. I'll let you be the judge. Let me know down in the comments. I think I'd be okay with this. I'd probably cap it at 30 FPS if possible and just play that way. Moving on to Expedition 33 here with DLSS on performance mode. Actually looking not too bad. Frame times are pretty good. It's amazing to me just how well optimized this game is compared to others that run UE5. Everything looks pretty good. You can definitely see some deficiencies in the details of the hair and a little bit of pop in here and there. Definitely no major stutters like we saw in Oblivion. Let's go ahead and bump these details up. And with DLSS in quality mode, the hair definitely looks a lot better. We have considerably less pop-in. Frame time's still okay. I mean, in fact, we're pretty much locked at 60 FPS. Let's see what happens here. Had a little bit of a stutter, and we do have some drops with fast action, so not a solid 60 FPS, but still perfectly playable. I definitely recommend this game if you have a 3050 6GB. And last but not least, we have Doom Dark Ages. This is at 1080p with DLSS in quality mode. I was actually pretty impressed with the performance here, and of course, Doom does a great job of kind of hiding the loss of detail, especially in these darker levels. You don't see as much. There is some reasonably high amount of smearing and aliasing going on, but in slower scenes, like you see with this glove, it looks just fine. So just something to bear in mind. You might have a preference for one or the other. Either way, Doom Dark Ages meets the minimum marks for being playable in 2025 on the RTX 3050 6GB. Just don't expect to be able to play at 1080p high or anything like that. The performance is reminiscent of a PlayStation 4 Pro if it had ray tracing. Speaking of ray tracing, it's important to note that Doom Dark Ages will not launch without a card that has ray tracing enabled. So unfortunately, RDNA 1 and GTX 10 series players are out of luck, barring a third-party game modification.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
Also, regardless of whether I use DLSS, FSR, or TSR for resolution scaling, the frame rate did not change much with the scaler settings. I saw minimal gains while dropping the scaler setting from quality to performance. Overall, I'd say I'm pretty happy with the performance of the 3050 6GB. It's definitely not a great value of a card, and it's really not meant to be. It's at the bottom of the stack for NVIDIA, and it performs accordingly. But if that's all you've got, you can certainly play some modern games in 2025, and of course, games from 2024 and 2023 and so on will perform much better. Be sure to tune in Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern as myself and King Zalant check out Facebook Marketplace and try all sorts of live PC jankery. And in the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.